Hi viewers, how are you? I am hopeful that all of you will be fine. Dear students, we are concerned with education, teaching, learning, pedagogy, students' behavior, whatsoever it is. But the most crucial phenomena and the most crucial term which is used in the entire process of education, that is called learning. Learning is defined by various educationists in various perspectives. Some educationists are of the view that learning is the process of accumulating new material or new knowledge, while some of the educationists are of the view that learning is a systematic process in which there is observed permanent change in the behavior of the learner. So, learning is abstract as well as concrete. There are used various techniques for the development of learning, but there is used a magical pyramid of learning. Magical pyramid of learning means the pyramid which explains that which category of learning will be the most effective one. And this magical pyramid of learning explains the process of learning categorically based on factual data. So let's see that what is meant by the pyramid of learning. Pyramid of learning is the categorization of learning which takes place when the learner is learning in the new environment. There are 4 skills we know very well. 4 language skills are there, in which the first one is listening, then speaking, then reading, and the last one is writing. This pyramid is basically concerned with these 4 language skills. And we have already studied CAPE. CAPE means cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So the first, this pyramid is from simple to complex. Remember, this one is called simple and this one is called complex one. In simple, the first category is of reading. Reading is known as passive activity, because in the process of reading, the learner intake the material by reading the textbooks or other material. Through reading, only 10% of the learning is taking place. Why? Because it is known as individual process. Individual process or single process is the process in which the learner is taking in the material without reproducing it. When the channel of intake and outtake is imbalanced, that learning is always durable and successful. After reading, there is hearing. Hearing means listening. Through listening, we get only 20%. Then seeing. Seeing is believing. Through seeing or through watching, we only gain 30% of learning. Then 2 senses are combined, hearing and seeing, that leads to 40%. But up till this 40%, these are known as the learning through STM. STM means short-term memory. Short-term memory means which is volatile, which is fragile in nature and which is forgotten by the learner after some time. After this, there is discussion with others. Now we come to this one. And affective and psychomotor domain is involved. So discussion with other means the exchange of learned material. When we share our knowledge with other people, then our knowledge becomes permanency, and that knowledge is stored in LTM, long-term memory. And the last one, that is 70%. The last one is talk, do and play. That is also known as kinesthetic learning. Kinesthetic learning is 90%, in which cognitive is involved, affective domain is involved, and psychomotor domain is involved. So when all the three domains are involved in learning, that learning is known as permanent learning. That is always available to the learner wherever and whenever that material is needed. Dear students, to achieve this target, we have to go for best teaching practices. Teaching is an art. Teaching is a skill. Only doing the mastery, PhDs and MPhils and masters, that is not sufficient. Teaching is the process of presenting the material in stylistic way. The first thing you will see that from stage 1 to stage 7, you will most of the observe that most of the words are in action verb. The first thing for best teaching practice is activating. Activating means before going to enter into the realm or kingdom of knowledge, you have to shape the minds of the learner. It is also known as ice breaking. That teacher will start general discussion without acknowledging to the student that what we are going to do in the very next step. So motivate. When students are motivated, they will be very much concentrated towards the teacher. After positive activation, there comes framing. Framing means because now the students are totally focused and the teacher introduced the topic. That what I am going to teach you today. That is called framing. Framing means to build up a sketch or a comprehensive sketch for teaching material. Then the third one is called presenting, and this is known as the eyes and shoulders of best teaching practices. Presentation makes value, and it is related with pedagogy. Pedagogies are of two types: teacher-centered pedagogies and student-centered pedagogy. So the mixing of teacher-centered pedagogies and student-centered pedagogies are known as eclectic, eclectic pedagogy. Eclectic pedagogy is that pedagogy which is consisted of both teacher-centered and student-centered method of teaching. So it is related with the teaching methods. Then the fourth one is called guiding. Guiding means students' practices. Students' practices means that best teaching practices are always those in which the students are actively involved, not the teacher, but the student, because the learners are students. When they are actively involved, what they have learned, when they perform that learning through their own practices, that is called durable learning. After guiding, there is providing. Providing means processing of learned material. Means teacher can go for class test, whatsoever it is, to evaluate. This is also known as formative assessment or formative evaluation. Then checking. Checking means feedback. Teacher will randomly ask from the students that what we have studied today, give me the example of noun, what are the types of noun. If the students will give satisfied answer, that the teacher will be sure that what he or she has taught in the class, students have learned it. The last one is called assignment. Dear students, most of the time teachers award subjective type assignment, which is internationally incorrect. Assignments or home assignments should also always be based on objective type question. So dear students, today you have learned about the pyramid of learning and best teaching practices, which are known as the soul of teaching. So do learn it, practice it, share it with your people, never be silent, always share with other people, discuss with other people, perform. When you will be the master of talking, sharing, discussion, performance, that will be known as quality learning. Wish you successful in your life. Thank you.